Howdy, this is Lemmy with RevZilla TV, here to talk to you today about the Mustang Touring Seat for Triumph Thunderbird. You should be looking into a touring seat for your Thunderbird if you want to extend the range of your bird just a little bit. These things are currently being made for just about all late model Thunderbirds, and installation on these is a snap. You're looking at about one beard in our BSD, our beard scale of difficulty. Most of you should be able to get this thing onto your motorcycle in a very short period of time with basic hand tools. Let's get right to it, shall we? So if you have a Thunderbird, you have a pretty decent bike. This is a powerful bike, and this is a bike that is suitable for touring with the addition of either some soft or some hard bags. However, one area the T-Bird comes up lacking is definitely in the seat department. Like so many other bikes, they have an OEM saddle that's just not all that comfortable. Mustang comes to the rescue with their touring seat. So the touring seat for Mustang is not a fresh recipe. This is a seat they've used for a long time, they've had great success with, and they really have modified and adapted what they've been working with to work with your Thunderbird. It's going to give you a good, comfortable spot for both you and your passenger. So you can see here on this seat, you're looking at a 15-inch wide saddle for the driver's section, 11-inch for your passenger. There should be lots and lots of room for both of you to stay comfortable on a longer run. One of the cool options about this seat is Mustang's Toolless Backrest. I love these things. They're super easy to install. I'm going to do one live for you right now. As you can see, you need 0 tools for this puppy. Throw her in there and you are set to rock and roll. It's that simple. There are these detents in here that lock this into a certain height, and then you also have fore and aft adjustability back here with this thumb screw. No tools required anywhere on this thing. It's really something I like. Provides a lot of comfort. If you've never ridden with a backrest before, it can be a real treat. So let's talk about the seat construction for just a moment. Right now you're looking at marine grade vinyl covering the top side of these seats, and you can see here this is the chrome studded version. Mustang also offers this in just what they call their vintage finish, just a standard black. It's very muted. Doesn't look that different than an OEM seat, but it is far more comfortable. You'll notice braided edge skirt on here, chrome studs. You also have chrome conchos with real leather trim. Really does present a nice finish to the seat, makes it look a little bit different without being too gaudy. So flipping over, in terms of construction of this thing, you can see this fiberglass pan here. Those of you who have watched any of my seat videos before know that I'm a huge fan of both fiberglass and steel for pan materials. They really beat out the factory plastic stuff. These things tend to be rigid, which doesn't sound like it would be comfortable in a seat, but a fiberglass pan gives good structure to the foam, which is actually what feels good on your butt, and it doesn't wind up cracking or sagging or letting sort of time and wear it out. This is definitely a pan that's going to last with you for the life of your bike. I've definitely recovered fiberglass saddles before. They last that long. You'll burn through foam in a cover long before you ever get through a pan. You can see also that this cover is riveted down here using aluminum rivets. It's kind of nice. They're not going to rust. They stay looking good, and it's a great way to keep the cover secure and taut, leaving the top of the seat looking tight. You don't get that weird pillowy couch thing that older saddles tend to get. The final thing about the Mustang touring seat I like are these rubber bumpers they use here. These kind of have a dual purpose. They first serve to isolate you from some shocks. Because they're rubber and they're standing you up off the frame a little bit, they help eat up some of the worst bumps you may wind up finding yourself going over. The other thing they do too is they sort of help preserve your paint. They really minimize paint wear to just some very small areas rather than having the entire pan tearing up some of the paint on your fender. Kind of is a nice thing. It's just a little touch, but it's one of those things that shows that Mustang is actually thinking about the seat. So with respect to installation, most of you folks are going to have it pretty easy. As I said, this is a one beard sort of an affair. You're going to need just really an Allen key to get your stock seat off and to reinstall this one. An item of note, you may want to use ball end Allen keys if you have access to them. Something that's a little bit longer than your standard Allen key, and the ball end sort of lets you kind of come in at an angle. That one bolt underneath these seats can be a little bit tricky to get to, but again, most of you should have absolutely no problem. Inside of 10 minutes, you should be out and about scooting around. I think it's a really great seat. I've run these before on Harleys. I like the way they feel. I'm presuming on a Thunderbird they're going to feel just as good under your hiney as they do mine. However, my opinion is not the only one that matters. Click below, see what some other riders who are already rocking a touring on their T-Bird have to say about it. If you've got questions beyond that I didn't answer, feel free to either leave me a comment in the YouTube section below or get in touch with one of our gear geeks. See us at RevZilla.com. You can always get one on the horn, 877-792-9455. I'm Lemmy. I'm out of here.